Alright, I've got a special treat for you guys today. I'm going to be making a glutinous rice ball dessert thing. And to make this dessert, what you're going to need is a little bit of glutinous rice flour. So that's what the pack looks like. This is what it looks like in Australia anyway. And the other thing you'll need is black sesame paste. Now you don't have to use black sesame paste. There's lots of other things you can use to fill it with. This is what I prefer to use for my filling. You'll also notice that I've bought it because I can't be asked to make it. This is just something I want to make really quickly, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. The recipe itself is really easy, so I'll just walk you through the process. You just need a big clean bowl like this. And the two crucial ingredients, I just showed it to you. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some flour in, and I'm going to guess about maybe a cup or so. You really don't need a lot of flour, but I'm just going to put some here. That's plenty. It's about a cup. Now you might wonder, when you were playing with flour, often you need an exact measurement, and in this one case, you definitely do not need an accurate measurement. And the reason why is that it's all about the texture of how this feels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this pandan flavored, I'm going to put some of this pandan, essence of pandan thingy flavor. And a couple of drops of that's going to go in there. It's not even open and I can smell it already. Okay, here we go. Just need a couple of drops, so don't need much. It's not food coloring. It's got some flavor as well. And to make this dough, I'm going to put some water in and start in the middle and mix it up. So start dry and gradually add water. You don't want to put too much water all at one go. That's probably enough. See, it's sort of like this at the moment, and I know that there's flour on the side, so that's enough for me to take a pandan and swirl it around. So you'll notice I'm swirling it around the bowl, and I've already added too much water, so it's come right up to my fingers. So it's way too sticky, as you can see. I'm going to have to add a bit more flour. You're going for a consistency where you can essentially roll it in a ball. They should all come off my finger. It shouldn't stick like that. It should just come off quite easily. So it shouldn't stick on your hand. If you find that it's sticking to your hand, it's probably too wet. It shouldn't really stick too much. A little bit on the wet side. So I'm going to put just a little bit more flour in. This is plenty of, for 3 or 4 people, a handful or a little ball like this is plenty. Don't worry if you end up wasting a little bit. I mean, in the end of the day, this is quite cheap. This bag of flour here would have cost $1 or so. Water's kind of free depending on which country you live in. And that's about $1 as well. So, and this keeps, by the way. You can just put this back in the fridge. As long as you're making it regularly. I think it'll keep in the fridge for a little while. So that's enough. That feels about right. So the ultimate test is basically you want to be able to break off a little ball. You want to break off a little ball. You want to be able to press it down into a circle and have it not split like that. This is still possibly a little on the wet side. Let's check it again. No, I think it's okay. See, I can sort of dimple it in, and I can imagine putting stuff in. So let's give one a try, and we'll find out. Let's try that much. Let's see how we go. There's probably plenty. Okay, let's give that a crack. I'm going to make slightly bigger balls this time. I'm going to go about the size of maybe that. Maybe that's a good, you know, sort of that size, 20-cent size, 50-cent size. I don't know which country you're in. So by that size, squish it down and put a little dimple in. Now this is the tricky part, because what you want to do is you want to get it in there, and this stuff sticks everywhere on the outside. So once you get your thumb like this on it, your thumb's going to get a bit dirty, if that makes sense. So once you get it in there, your thumb is essentially contaminated. You can't touch anything with that. See how it sticks on there? If you want the perfect green ball, then you can't let it touch anything. Now we need to wrap it all in. So keep that thumb away. I'm just holding it in there. Here we go. Yep, it's just right. There we go. All right. Give it a swirl around. And we have a perfect little ball. The water's almost boiling. I'm going to put it in there. It'll boil in a second. There we are. I'm just going to let that cook up for a bit. Now, when it's ready, it'll naturally float to the top. So right now it's not ready. It's going to start boiling up. I'm going to quickly make a few more so I can show you what it'll look like. It doesn't need to boil up like this, so just keep the heat low. Just a slight boil will do the trick. Okay, it's not floating yet, so not ready. Let's do a couple more. So I'm going to come back really soon. I'm just trying to make sure they don't stick to each other. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Great. So that's just coming off the boil. I'm grabbing any of the floating ones, which is that one there maybe. Oh, I'm going to use this bowl instead. That was a bit small. Ta-da! That's better. Cool. I'll go with that one. And the other thing I'm going to grab now are the mojis. You can go with as many as you like. I'm going to go with 3. Ooh. One more over here. Ta-da! Dessert. Okay, one really important thing to realize is that it doesn't matter if the ice cream melts a bit, because that's kind of the point. It gets all that flavor swirled in over the ice cream and over the top of the mochi balls, and it's just a bit everywhere, and it cools down the mochi balls a bit, and it's a bit of a hot cold dessert, so it's a lot of fun to eat. Kids love it. People at parties love it. And yeah, I'm going to go taste test this one. I'll leave this one here for my wife, and I'll have a crack at this one right here. It's sticky. It's got all that goodness in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's got all that goodness in there. Ooh. It's got all that goodness in there, plus that vanilla all over it. Perfect after dinner. Very sweet, by the way. Can be very sweet, so think about how this fits with the rest of your menu if you're cooking this as part of a menu. But yeah, it's a very sweet dessert, but it's lovely. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little recipe here. If you jump onto my website, I'll have the recipe there again. There's not a lot of recipe in this one here, so you probably just follow the video and you'll be right. But if you wanted to get the list of all the ingredients, it'll be on the website. So look for my blog. I'm FoodieTea, and so you'll find that at FoodieTea.com. So that's FoodieTea signing out, and thanks for watching.